personnel stand clear. All personnel stand clear. All personnel stand clear. All personnel stand clear.
This week on Tomboy T-Rod, it is part 2 of the Best of T-Rod specials, where we take a look back at some of our awesomest guests that have graced the T-Rod carpet.
And promptly fell off it. We like keeping our guests on their toes here.
Yeah, the ones we like to call T-Rod. And mind you, it's not pronounced tirade or tirade, but T-Rod. The way we like to say it on this no-holds-barred fortnightly podcast, with a whole load of geek, drama, and humor thrown into every episode.
That's right. And you are Asia's biggest and only all-female English comedy chat podcast. It's so easy to be the best when you're the only ones around.
Woohoo! That's right, and we're here in the Tomboy T-Rod time machine, where we're skimming through time to pick out the best of the best from the 50 or so episodes we've done so far. Gosh, has it been that many?
How do we even survive for so long? We are always getting into some kind of disasters, where we were being chased, blown up, or attacked by snakes.
I know, right? But you know what? I don't have the answers for you, Raven. But I am thanking my lucky stars and Ganesh right now.
Well, really? You better pray harder, because I am going to blast this time machine off into an overdrive right now. Where is the start button?
Ayo, that's the red one, Raven. It's the one that says do not press unless it's an emergency.
Alright! Hang on to your pens.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Landed in Mumbai for our very first guest, one of India's best stand-up comics.
Thank you. I guess that'll be me, Raven. I am Indian, I am funny, and I am the bomb!
Wrong countries, yeah. Same, but different.
Huh? What do you mean same but different?
Hailing from Mumbai, Aditi Mittal is a stand-up comedian, actress, and writer. One of the first women to do stand-up comedy in India, Aditi has been rated amongst India's top 10 stand-up comedians. She's also 477 in line for the prestigious Mittal Steel Fortune. So if you are nice to her, she might just remember you when she's rich. Yeah, time to hit her up for some cash.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but you know what? Come to think of it, you know what? I think we might be related. Through my grandmother's 6 aunts, cousins, son-in-laws, brother, and his wife's sister-in-law's grandmother's kid, plus a few nieces and nephews probably thrown into the mix. You know, it's an Indian snack right there, you know?
In fact, I think she might have a distant Chinese relative, like 10 generations back. You know, after all, there's so many of us out there, and we are like all over the world. I mean, there's a very high chance we could just be related.
Chinese relative? Raven, you wish.
Ooh, I feel like a virgin. I feel like a virgin. virgin.
Oh yes, it's true.
Oh yes, it's true.
Oh yes, you do.
Oh yes, I do.
Feels like the very first time.
I feel like a virgin. I
Feel like a virgin. 18 again. Vaginal tightening and rejuvenating gel now in India. Log on to
www.18again.com.
Yeah, it's called 18 again because it makes your hymen grow back, gives you pimples, and makes you awkward in front of guys.
What? How is that even great?
Like it makes you socially awkward. And the funny thing is, so we have the vaginal whitening, we have the vaginal tightening. And I'm like, listen, if you want my vagina to be like
White and tight.
fairer and tighter, yeah, like how about you do that for my laws first? How about you do that for the women's laws first?
Exactly.
Then I will make a circus.
Yes.
Then if you want, I will set up a garden. Then I will do whatever. It's summer home, done. But till you can give me fair and tight laws
Yes.
as far as women are concerned,
Yes.
till then, you know what? Take your hands.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will stay as dark and loose as I can
because I'm not gonna play by your rules. Bye bye.
by your nip.
The funny thing is, like, there's a pressure for women to be white, but there's no pressure for men to be white. I mean, shouldn't it be like both ways?
That's why we need to change the rules. You know, we need to change the rules. I want to come up with a men's whitening cream because I'm sure, you know, when a guy wears a pair of pants, his balls are going to be rubbing against, you know, his underpants, and that's going to make it dark too. So,
Yeah, I agree. And
What the-
This is what I worry about. You know, this is why I'm saying patriarchal society is very unfair.
Yes.
Is what about all those dark penises out
exactly.
there? What about what options do they have?
I mean, I guess men feel left out. You guys, I mean, they need to feel like they belong as well. Have a part
Yeah.
for it, you know, have a part in it. Mm.
Yeah.
have a whiter, brighter part to play in India's future.
But
I believe.
I seriously cannot envision a man singing in an 18 again ad going like, I feel like a virgin again.
Like,
I know, he was like, oh,
I am going to be throwing my pen. Like I've been throwing my pen down a hallway all this time. Now it will be like, can I have a bigger
Yes.
one? Like, can you get me something a little where I can get it in at least?
yeah, gosh. He was like ogling at her, you know, and she's just like some kind of fairy dancing around him, you know. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
We also have like fairness creams. So it actually, I mean, our fairness cream sort of obsession is insane. And
Yeah.
it is like, it's linked to stuff like getting a job or finding a guy
Exactly.
or like, because those are the two big things, right?
Yeah.
It's there's no other aim really apart from finding a guy.
Exactly. And for women, you know, in India, that's the only two things. I need a job, get educated, and I need to get married because that's it. I know my rest of my life is just
And then I need to give up that job
yeah.
in order to be married.
yeah, and the rest of my life is just, you know, making chapatis and, you know, ensuring that my vagina is white all the time.
You know, in case they can't see the guys, they may have, you know, eyesight problems. It's like bright so they could know where to fix us. You know, guys always have problems with directions, like, you know.
See? We like making love with the lights off, right?
I was blind once, but now I can see. Oh my God.
I once was blind, but
Hallelujah.
now... Oh my God, it's right there. Like,
I see the light. Hallelujah.
Why is everything in black and white?
Raven, because we are back in 1930s, silly. Do you remember that episode when we brought down the most evil force in the universe? Necessary evil. with circus freaks from London, Andy, Grex, and Mike of RG Productions.
That was wild. Shame about those guys though. But hey, there are worse ways to die than in a nuclear explosion. Come on, how cool is that? You know, the mushroom crowd and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Well, RG Productions also create whimsy for your ears, eyes, and knees, and I guess everywhere else. And it's made up of 3 very funny guys, Andy Harlan, Grex Bishop, and Michael Bell. And we love their podcast and videos because they're just as silly as we are. Or at least I'm trying to ham it up and make it seem like they're as silly as we are. But you know, it's same, but different. I guess if you've listened to the podcast, you will see that they're really witty and punny on most of their material. So you can check out their podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
I am not so sure about the biting. What's this over there at the window? Are those their angry spirits pounding on our windows right now?
Look!
What?
Ah, the old abandoned porno theatre. Nothing evil's likely to be in here. It's a shame they made it all nice and modern and started showing films where the employees insist you keep your trousers on the entire time. Grax, I'm looking at you here.
Right back at you, Mike. Looks like there's only one flick on the lineup today.
Yeah, you're right, Grex. The Killer That Stalked New York. Great. Just the kind of film we need to watch on a night like this.
Right, I'll go get us some drinks. Persis, you get the tickets.
Okie dokes.
Have you guys checked out this popcorn? It's bloody lovely. Pumpkin flavoured. Who would afford it? I've been through 3 bags of the stuff.
Mike, right. Not every theatre is an old porno place, yeah? This is a cinema city. It's New York, you Burke.
Yeah, a movie entitled The Killer That Stalked New York doesn't seem particularly pornish to me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless it's a porn horror flick with zombies in heat. I mean, Mike, the other thing, you do realise that popcorn is very high in sugar, right? And not to mention, bloody as well.
Ugh. What? Popcorn, it's just popped corn. I mean, it's like there's nothing to it. And pumpkin, what is that? It's just like, you know, it's just a lump of orange or just taking the seeds out.
Don't say we didn't want you. If you start attracting Category 2 ghosts, you're on your own, Pumpkinhead.
Right, I got the drinks.
And the tickets.
Okay, so who wanted the regular Coke?
Me, that's mine.
I've also got diet.
Great.
Got 1 zombie flavoured, 1 large regular, 1 cherry.
A what?
Cherry. And as for the manner of the guy at the cola stand, geez, talk about being moody. He was all saying things like, what do you want? Okay, cola.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? When I bought the tickets, I got this free severed hand with it. Ooh.
Must be some kind of a promotion, I think.
Probably a 5-finger discount.
Why doesn't he stop with the pun? For 7 years.
Okay, whatever. Okay, enough. Let's go in. It's kind of getting chilly out here again, and we need a break before we go take down some demons.
God, again with the temperature checks. Do you psychic detectives ever stop obsessing about it? You guys should go on like a date with a thermometer or something.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Actually, we did once. Was a real hot date too, man, I'm telling you. Kind of like reached massive boiling points. Whew. Steamy.
Yeah, but it kind of cooled off a couple of months later.
God, this is
What?
too much. My
Grax, it'll be fine.
so many puns.
What? It was punny.
I'm going to end it now.
No,
I'm going to do it. I'm going to end it
Grax.
right now.
Oh, whatever, guys.
We've got bigger issues here.
Guys, cool it, yeah? Oh god, another one myself. Now
Okay.
I'm doing it. Look,
Yeah.
this movie's starting now, and I want to get the best value for my 5-finger discount. All right, chill. Oh, no, another. Right. Nice and settled. Okay, Team Halloween. Let's have your top 5 comedy horror movies. What's on your list?
You shouldn't be talking while the film's playing, Andy.
Okay. What's up?
Start with me first.
Why not?
Okay, mine is Ringu. It kicked off the trend of young women crawling around while wearing long white dresses and using their long hair to cover their faces for pretty much every other Asian horror flick after that.
Yeah, I think it gave us a pretty bad reputation, didn't it? I mean, like, suddenly everybody was thinking every Asian girl was just gonna have long hair and just, walk around like as if they were really bad jump cuts.
I know.
You know?
I know some of them wear fancy
Do
hats.
you, do you have long hair?
Yeah, we have to cut it short.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you have long hair and are you possessed?
Be careful or I'll climb out of your computer screen right now.
The first few Japanese films that came out was really interesting to see how they created all that silent atmosphere right before that girl comes out, right? But after a while, it started getting really predictable. It was like,
I would quite like it if
here she comes.
I'd quite like it if an attractive girl came out of my telly.
Yeah.
Company would be nice.
This is an interesting Grax fact. When I first saw that movie, my friends played a practical joke on me by watching the video and then giving me a phone call. I scared the shit out of me. I physically couldn't sleep for a week after that.
Wow. I thought you were going to say they made a really convincing cardboard telly and jumped out of it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, there's something at the edge of your mirror when you're brushing your teeth.
Yeah,
because I'm brushing my
You know
long
what?
hair.
I bet you didn't sleep for like 7 days, right? You didn't sleep for 7 days.
No, I didn't.
Which is exactly the time you need.
Yeah, that was what I was counting down for. Alright, counting down. 5, 4, 3.
That's how his days work. He just says one word that day.
I'm free! The curse has been lifted!
Finally, we are down to the last guest of our Best of T-Rut Part 2 episode.
Okay, it's a jungle out there. Vroom, 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 vroom. Vroom, vroom. You know what? I think we should do this whole segment in motorcycle language.
Jamie Dempsey is a bubbly blonde American biker girl and host of Hide and Seek, a bike travel show on Discovery and Discovery HD channels. Jamie's trip will cover over 1,000 kilometers of distance stretched over 30 days. Her motorcycle's mobility allows her to go to places few tourists have ever been. In fact, some may even be new to Malaysians themselves.
Yeah, vroom vroom indeed, because even as a Malaysian, I didn't even know about half the places that she went to. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff that you get to learn on the show. Vroom vroom!
And we got another question from Lachlan. He wants to know, what's the story behind your tattoos?
Oh, well, I have so many tattoos. I have so many stories. But basically, each one kind of has a general representation for something in my life. Like, I have a phoenix on my arm, and phoenixes are basically they represent rebirth and like coming anew. So that was kind of when I finally felt comfortable in my own skin, and I just felt like really independent as a woman and just confident, and I thought Phoenix was perfect for that. So my tattoos are they have that. I don't like to do anything too specific. You don't want to get your boyfriend's name or something like that. You know? You want something that kind of represents you at that time in your life. So that's something. My other arm has got a love story on it. So it's basically there's a lot of red roses and black roses, and then a woman, and then there's this lion that represents the man. So it's kind of that struggle of love. There's always good love and bad love. In love, love is a battlefield.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, it's harder than writing. Would you say that?
It is,
Yeah, I
actually.
would,
say that.
absolutely.
Yeah, that is definitely true. But I mean, did you accumulate these tattoos over the years? Because you have your whole arm is actually both your arms are actually covered completely, right? With
Yeah,
the
two full sleeves.
Yeah. Did you get them done at LA Ink?
No, but I have been to LA. It's right down the street.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Wow.
What was that like?
Well, as far as the tattoos, I started when I was 18, and after that, once I got the first one, I kept going. It's so once you get the first one, you make that commitment. It's so easy to make it again and again and again.
Despite the pain,
and then
right?
you just kind of crave it.
So will you get one for Right and Sick? Your Right and Sick experiences?
Yeah. Will you get one for the show?
You know what? I wanted to get one for the show, on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When we were with the Ibans in Spa.
Yeah.
I wanted to get one of those traditional tattoos, but they were also drunk from the tuak. I couldn't trust them with the needle.
Oh God, yeah, that would, yeah, not a good idea. You know, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have come out Right and Seek. It would have been like Hide and Seek. You know, that's true.
Yeah, so maybe next time, maybe on the season 3.
Anything that you found different about this season and the last season that you were shooting? Did you feel that this season now you came in with a slightly bit more knowledge about, you know, the whole shooting schedule, the whole shooting regime, and the, you know, what to expect? Or was it just like, oh my God, it's like season 1, I don't know what to expect?
No, it was very similar in terms of schedule and hours working and hours of writing, that kind of thing. But the thing that was different was this time around, before I kind of knew what I was going to be doing. So we'd be like, okay, you know, tomorrow I'm going to do that ostrich scene, you know. But this time, I didn't know what I was doing until I was actually doing it. So we would get to our location and they would have me sit in the car while they set everything up. And then they'd be like, okay, Jamie, we're going to mic you. We're ready to shoot. And I would just go right into it. So it was really like, what you see is really my first impression of what's going on.
Which is the way it should be, right? So it shouldn't be like totally scripted, because it's just you experiencing, you know, for yourself what you see in Malaysia, which is kind of interesting because it's always a shock for Westerners when they come to Asia. It's like, oh, it's the weather, the food, the people, and the roads.
Well, the craziest thing we were in Miri, and they're like, okay, we're gonna go do this massage. And I was like, oh, awesome, massage? That sounds great. So I get there and I see one of the girls in the crew snickering, and I'm like, what's going on?
You're good. You've been set up.
There's something going on, you know, but they don't tell me anything. So I get into it, and it's going to be this cupping massage, and I'm like, okay, I've heard of that. And I get into it, and I'm on camera, and they're having me describe it, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like a pricking, and there's some pressure, and I don't know, it feels okay. And they're like, Jamie, take a selfie. So I'm on camera, and I pull out my phone to take a selfie. And I see in the selfie that there's some liquid in the cup, this red liquid. And I'm like, all of a sudden it clicks. Blood. I was like, that's my blood.
So nasty.
And the cameraman said he was laughing so hard that his lens was filling up with tears and he could barely see.
So how does that compare with the one you had? You had in first season you were doing with the fishes, right?
Yeah, that's true. I knew that I was gonna be.
I think that's mild compared to this one. I think this one is just like a blood
and that's a good way to describe it. Season 1 is mild compared to season 2, so look out.
So this is the hot sauce version.
Absolutely. Season 2 is spicy.
Yeah, you paid with your blood.
I did, literally.
Yeah, sambal belacan, here we come.
After doing doing 2 seasons, do you have any tips for riding on Malaysia Road? What's your takeaway?
Well, first of all, safety gear is majorly important. Like I said, I fell off the bike a few times, and my safety gear definitely helped me out. So,
yeah, and there's a lot of potholes as well on Malaysian
some of the roads are just,
Quite
you
a
know,
lot.
really no one's given these roads any love at all.
Yeah, really.
It's like, are they
right?
roads?
I think no, they're not roads. They're death traps.
Yeah, is that and that's true because I was looking on the map and I'm like, oh, we're gonna be taking this main road, and then we're riding down the road and I'm like, this is a main road? Are you kidding me? So yeah, absolutely be safe. Wear your safety gear.
That's true. And your leather jacket.
The other thing I would say is map out your route on paper, because there were a lot of times where we had no reception, no GPS whatsoever, and we got a little lost and had to find a map. So I was like, yeah, okay, from now on, I'm going to be mapping my route out the old school way.
So are you leading the team, or do you all plan the routes beforehand, or do you just do it when you're there? Just figure out where do you go when you're on the road?
Most of the time, we kind of have the roads planned out ahead of time. We know where we're going, but sometimes the roads aren't always what you think they're going to be, you know?
Welcome to Asia! You know where you're going, but there's no guarantee there's a road that's going to get you there.
So that leads me to my next thing. No matter what, just have fun with it. Go with the flow. You never know what to expect, so just have fun.
You sound like you have had the best fun of your life. And that's why we are insisting that we're going to come on season 3.
Oh, what's that?
Our bikes?
No. Oh gosh, it's the Hellsters. They're trouble.
What do you?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean, Jamie? Like trouble?
Oh, you guys need to leave. Like now. They are not good news. Hurry. Your bikes are out the back. You don't want to mess with these guys.
What?
I'll take care of them.
Okay, are you sure you don't need help, Jamie? Because Raven's got some swords here, and I've got this killer mace here. See?
Oh,
See?
no, watch it. Not here, not here.
What a journey. I am so glad to be back home.
Are you sure that you keyed in the right coordinates, Raven? I mean, I don't see any houses outside, and the landscape looks kinda strange. It looks like it's right out of Jurassic World.
Don't be silly. Of course we are in 2015. Where else could we be?
Raven! Did you hear that? Oh my god, I hope the T-Rex is a vegetarian.
The window! There's a huge eye glaring at us right now.
Jeez, Raven, you freaking idiot! You just sent us back to the Jurassic times. Hey, I don't remember ever recording a podcast during the pre-Cambrian times. Do you?
Fine, I may have overshot. Just a teeny weeny bit.
My stomach, it's churning like a washing machine with all this rolling that you're doing. Stop it, Raven, stop!
I'm trying. There's so many buttons on this damn console. I don't know what to press. Phew.
Hey, why are we stopping right now?
Uh-oh, looks like we're on the edge of a cliff.
those were some awesome guests for our Best of T-Rod compilation special part 2. Well, folks, if you enjoyed this episode of Tomboy T-Rod, don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and Stitcher and give us feedback. And just an important announcement to all our listeners, we have actually moved out of Podomatic because, well, they kinda screwed us up big time. So we'll no longer be posting our episodes there. Instead, we'll be posting our shows back on our website at tomboy-tarts.com on our brand new feed, which is tomboy-tarts.com/feed/podcast. We'll be posting the new feed link up on our website at www.tomboy-tarts.com and all over our social media.
Yes! Check it out on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Tumblr pages. Just type Tomboy Tarts. And we need a big favor from you guys. Help us out. Unsubscribe to our current iTunes feed, delete the playlist, and then resubscribe to the same feed again. You only have to do it just once.
That's right, and we'll also be taking a short mini break in the month of September just to get our house all in order. So we'll be back with another episode in October, the spookiest month of the year for our Halloween special. So don't hesitate to email us in the month of September, even if we're gone for the month. Okay? You can inquire about advertising, collaborating, or appearing on our podcast by dropping us an email at tomboy.tarts@gmail.com or hello@tomboy-tarts.com. Because
we are everywhere.
We are
people.
everywhere.
We are everywhere.
We are everywhere. Hail Tomboy Tarts. Until the month of October, ciao
Ciao and adios,
amigos.